Hello fellow simmers, it's Samuel Beeman of BLS here and welcome to another Train Simulator Classic video. Today we're going to be operating a scenario. This is a scenario from Alan Thompson's simulation. It is also available on Train Sim Community by George Beanie, and it is the 636 6 Yankee 45 Mossend Down Yard to Fort William Junction Yard TC. And it's basically based in the 90s. 1999 to be specific, summer of 1999, and the traction that we are driving is Class 37405, which is actually a reskin from the British Locomotive Studios Extra AP EWS Class 374's Reskin Megapack. That is available on the British Locomotive Studios website. I'll make sure I link the pack and the scenario in the description of the video, so if you guys want to try it out, then obviously you're more than welcome to. And yeah, it's just great to see BLS reskins being used in scenarios, and you know, it makes me want to play these scenarios, you know. So if any of you have made any scenarios with BLS reskins in, please let me know and I'll give them a try if and when I can. So the description says that it is a wet day here in the Highlands. Luckily, it's a nice, easy job for you today. Take these OTA wagons from here at Speen Bridge to Fort William Yard, where you will need to perform a reversal move into your allocated siding. Tomorrow, these wagons will be loaded up with timber and logs to take back to Mossend. 37405 is at the helm of the set today, so you have plenty of power in this wet weather. So that's basically the description of the scenario, obviously not the pop-up what we have here. So the pop-up here says depart as soon as the class 156 is out of the single line, so basically we just got to wait for a 156 to arrive. But yeah, so it basically requires the class 37 volume 1 pack, Sky and Weather EP standard, class 66 from Steam, West Highland line extension, obviously. Vulcan Productions, Class 37, 37 411 and 403 reskins in BR Green. Train Sim Community, Monty's 24-ton X VDA OTA in Rail Freight Red and EWS. As well as the Major Wales Designs BR Locomotive lamp set for the OTA wagons. So the scenario requirements themselves are not actually too bad. They're not too hefty, which is good, really, to be honest, because it is, you know, a nice, easy scenario for pretty much anyone to play. There's not really too much in the means of requirements needed for it. However, I do have a fault with mine. So even though I have the OTA wagons installed, and as you can see it is actually behind my 37, for some reason it comes up with broken consists and these OTA wagons are missing, even though they're not. I don't know why this is or what's going on with that, but how I fixed it, I just simply pressed F2 and then cancel, and obviously it lets you play it. So yeah, so apart from that issue, it all looks pretty good. So I think without further ado, we should unpause our game and get started. So we are in the cab of 37405. We need to set up our AWS, master key in, put ourselves into engine only, get rid of our tails, put our marker and headlights on, do a little brake test with the train brake, see if it releases, instrument lights on. Yeah, brakes seem to be working alright. So obviously we'll hold it on with the loco brake for now. A little bit of air inside the cab. So as you can see, the 156 is now arriving into the section. So once the line is clear ahead, we can depart for Fort William. So I haven't usually driven on the West Highland line extension, to be honest with you. It's not a route I usually drive on, so this is going to be an interesting one. Certainly one that I don't necessarily have practice on, so if my driving is poor, then I do deeply apologise, guys. So here is 156476 on the Glasgow Queen Street service in the lovely Regional Railways livery. Well, Sprinter livery even, had the Sprinter written on it. Okay, so now that's cleared the section, we should rightfully have the right of way to depart. So it says here to stop at Fort William main reverse. And we do indeed have a green signal. So whenever we're ready, we'll just put that up a little bit because obviously we get a bit wet. Right, so without further ado, I think we can depart. So I'll stick ourselves into forward, quick toot on the horn, launch of power, and release the loco brake to get ourselves moving. There we go, we are now on the move. Windscreen wiper on. Let's put our motor factor. We'll put our motor factor up to full. Clag factor, we'll go about halfway because, as far as I'm aware, 37405 is not the claggiest of beasts, so our speed limit is 15. Terrible weather. This makes it atmospheric though. Yeah, it's not recommended to drive the loco from the mouse because it just does not work properly, so use the keyboard on the AP37 guys. So we've got 7 miles in total to get to Fort William main reverse. So this scenario should take us around about 20 minutes. That is the duration of this particular scenario. Let's have a look at the loco, shall we? Yep, so this is 37405. As you can see, it has the shed code on the front. Very nice reskin. There's plenty of reskins to enjoy within the extra. Oh no, you're joking. Oh, the AWS got me. Oh, why is it that when I go look round the reskins, okay, so you're in the cab, right? You're going along, casually trundling on, nothing in particular happens. You go and have a look round the reskin, and all of a sudden the AWS goes off. I mean, it's just absolutely typical, isn't it? I'm sure that has happened to multiple people. I'm not the only one. Alright, so let's get ourselves moving again. For God's sake, that was going so well as well until that. is why ideally you need to drive stuff from the cab, so, you know, especially on mainline routes. It's okay for like preserved lines because you don't usually have AWS ramps, but for mainline you kind of got to stay in the cab. I've got to get a move on now. Right, so I'm going to stay in the cab now for the duration of the video, just purely because I don't want to get gotten by the AWS again. Yeah, considering the age of the West Highland Line extension by Thomson Interactive, it really still does hold up today. Like, the detail on it is really, really nice. It's definitely one of the better route DLCs out there for TS Classic. I think that is a good thing about certain locos, because you get certain locos where you can turn the AWS sound on or off inside the cab for the exterior camera. So some locos can sound the AWS horn on the exterior, like you can switch between not hearing it outside and hearing it outside. This is something that I feel that could have benefited the AP Class 37, but to be honest with you, I wouldn't really want it now, because that would mean updating the 37 pack yet again, which it has already gone through enough updates in my opinion, because it's just a nightmare having to keep updating the pack constantly. I suppose theoretically it's realistic to not hear it from the exterior camera, so I can kind of understand why it hasn't been done. How far are we from our location? 3 miles, not too far. Concentration is real, isn't it? You can tell I'm really concentrating now, can't you? But yeah, so let me know in the comments, guys, if you'd like to see me do some more scenario videos on just in general for TS Classic. As I say, if you've got any scenarios in particular that are utilising British Locomotive Studios reskins, I'll definitely be interested in giving them a go. As it's something that it's just nice to see. It really is. But yeah, as I was talking about earlier, before the AWS got me, the 37.4 EWS pack comes with a variety of different types of EWS locos in various different variations. It's a really excellent pack. It's definitely worth getting. I definitely recommend it for any 37 fan. And yeah, it's linked in the description of the video. And the means of this scenario is pretty good, and it's nice to make use of this era, because quite often 1980s, 1990s era scenarios are often, overlooked in TS Classic. You don't really tend to get this era really looked at, and it's nice to see somebody has actually gone to the time and effort to recreate something within this era, as it's an era that I'm actually interested in. So nice semaphore signal there. So we are coming up to the Fort William main reverse soon, so we will want to start slowing up. After the next signal is when we want to start slowing down. Obviously I'm gradually letting the gradient do the work for us at this point, because it is actually slowing up, so that's a good thing. Oh yeah, I can see the yard to our right. That is where we've got to go, so... Gonna keep the HUD up for this. There we are. The rear of our train has indeed passed. Okay, I need to make sure the yard is set. Okay, we're going into Turntable Road at the minute, but we don't want to do that. We need to go into Fort William Siding 1. There we go. Okay. Do a classic BR, still have our markers on as we reverse. That's a very nice sound. Do love the editing of AP's 37. But yeah, now we can sort of look at the skin while we're... Why is it going down there? Oh no, no, it is going into the right place. I thought it was reversing down the single line section again. I was like, what? To be fair, it would be nice to see more scenarios utilising this. Really enjoyed this. Ah, I see a certain green 37 over there. I wonder which 37 that is. Well, we'll soon see as we pass it. Looks like 411. No, it's not 411. Hang on. Ah, it's Ben Kukan. It's 403. assume approaching a 5 mile an hour limit. Bit of a gradient here, downhill, so you just have to roll it. You gotta roll with it. You gotta. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Really is slow around here. So we've got a Reggie Rail 37 over there with a train load one. Nice to see a variety of different liveries here of 37. I suppose we are kind of at that era where they were very mix and matched. That's a Transrail one. Concrete Bob. 425. That one. Sir Robert McAlpine written on the other end. Anywhere here will do. And there we are. Parking lights on. Well done, you have successfully completed this scenario. So there you have it, guys. That was George Beanie's 6 Yankee 4-5 scenario on the West Highland Line extension from Alan Thompson Simulation. If you're interested in playing this scenario, go and get it at ATS. And if you're interested in the reskin pack, go and get it from BLS. So thank you for watching, guys. This has been Samuel Beeman of BLS. I'll see you in another video, although for some reason it says operational errors, signal passed at danger, SPAD twice. When did that happen? No idea. Okay, well, TS, innit? Right, so thank you for watching, see you guys soon.